Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. BJP seems to be on a winning spree. Almost everything that they touch is turning into gold. Everything. All their strategies seems to be working. All their elections, they seem to be winning. And every plan of theirs seems to be working for them. Let's discuss this in detail. Let's get right into the show. So like I said, BJP seems to be winning almost every battle that they are into. Everything they seem to be winning. Even the presidential elections looks like as if they are going to have their candidate as the new president of India. Now, a lot of credit, of course, should go to the organizational strength of Bharatiya Janata Party, no doubt about it. Okay, Devendra Fadnavis, who was tipped to be the new Chief Minister of Maharashtra, decided to be the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra or agreed to be the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra on the command of their central, their top management, their high command. He agreed to be. Whether he liked it or not was a different issue, but he agreed to be that. So the Sangatna, as it is called, or the organizational strength of BJP is commendable. So that's one of the things that's making them win almost everything that they touch. But then let's talk about what is making them win elections. Elections, Sangatna is good, organization is good, but what is making them win elections? Now let's keep aside, the central agencies and the EVMs and all that, let's keep aside. Okay, let's talk about strategy per se. What is that strategy that is making Bharatiya Janata Party a successful party? You see, in marketing, we have something called as consumer insight. You know what is consumer insight? Consumer insight is that one reason why a consumer decides to opt for a product or not opt for a product too. That one particular insight, that one particular reason why that consumer would want to pick up that product or buy that product or possess that product. That's what you call as consumer insight. What is the consumer insight that is making Bharatiya Janata Party win? Now let's understand this. Bharatiya Janata Party first fought elections in Delhi against Arvind Kejriwal. Bharatiya Janata Party lost. Bharatiya Janata Party fought another election and that was with Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal. Bharatiya Janata Party lost. Bharatiya Janata Party fought elections in Bihar. Bharatiya Janata Party won. Bharatiya Janata Party fought elections in Uttar Pradesh, though a lot of experts said that, Uttar Pradesh is going to be tough and possibly Akhilesh Yadav this time will win. Bharatiya Janata Party won. Akhilesh Yadav lost. What is it that is making Bharatiya Janata Party win like this? If you see the common denominator in all of this, the common thing is that whenever Bharatiya Janata Party fought a leader who has come out of the rank and file like Arvind Kejriwal, who was not a dynast, whose father was not a politician, but he became a politician, Bharatiya Janata Party lost. Mamata Banerjee, she became a politician. She was a politician from ground. She rose from the rank and file in Congress and started her own party, TMC. When Bharatiya Janata Party fought her, they lost. But when Bharatiya Janata Party fought a dynast, which is Tejashwi Yadav or which is Akhilesh Yadav, or to a certain extent, let me tell you, I will also succumb to the fact and also take back my words, because I thought when Uddhav Thackeray was dethroned as Chief Minister, there would be a lot of sympathy wave that he would get, as because he was doing okay, people were okay with him. There was no problem per se that one saw in Uddhav Thackeray's governance. But when Uddhav Thackeray dethroned, I thought there would be tremendous amount of sympathy that would flow his way. But unfortunately or fortunately for Bharatiya Janata Party and Eknath Shinde, there is no much sympathy that one sees. People have got very cozy with the fact that Eknath Shinde has now become the CM. In fact, he is winning hearts in Maharashtra. He's actually winning hearts in Maharashtra. His simplicity and his approachability, people can meet him, he can, he's easily accessible and so on and so forth. So he's winning hearts in Maharashtra. So somewhere down the line, is India saying no to Dynast? Is India saying no to Dynast? Whichever state where Rahul Gandhi had campaigned for, that particular state, more so, be it Karnataka, be it Gujarat last time, didn't do well for Congress. Didn't do well for Congress. Okay. Was it Rahul Gandhi's fault alone? I doubt. I told then, I'm telling you now. I don't think it was Rahul Gandhi's fault. He did what he could. He did how much ever election speeches he could. He did. Some of them were fairly good and so on and so forth. But somewhere down the line, as consumer insight, as people, I think India has started rejecting Dynast. And this is not just about opposition parties. Even in Bharatiya Janata Party, Vasundhara Raje's India lost. Gehlot, who was again not a dynast, came through. So even there it happened. Now, there are exceptions. Stalin won. There are exceptions. I am not disputing that. Naveen Patnaik won. I am not disputing that. YSR's son, Gagan Reddy won. So there are exceptions. There are exceptions. But more, if you look at it from a larger perspective, it seems as if India is rejecting Dynast. And that's one very, very important factor that one needs to consider. So what am I saying? I am saying that somewhere down the line, if you are talking about having a strong opposition, then that opposition has to be a party which does not have a dynast who is heading it. The moment you have a dynast heading it, it is not going to work, which means if Congress has to revive itself, it is very clear now that while I still agree that nobody else other than Rahul Gandhi can get you 20,000 people to come and watch his roadshow, but the fact is they have to create somebody, they have to have a leader who is not a dynast, who has come from the rank and files of Congress. They have to. Mamata Banerjee, good bet. If she is a national face, she can become a strong contender. Or a Arvind Kejriwal, if he is not goes down and if he creates a little more leaders around him, except for him being chief ministers of 10 different states, if he can create more leaders around him, maybe there's an opportunity. Till then, I think there is a clear path drawn. It's a highway for Bharatiya Janata Party. Because Bharatiya Janata Party does not have, it is not that Bharatiya Janata Party does not have dynasts in its own party rank and file. They have, but the top management are not dynasts. And that's the advantage Bharatiya Janata Party will get, and that's the advantage that Bharatiya Janata Party is getting today. This is one point that I wanted to make. The second point I wanted to make is, therefore, now if you look at it from a Bharatiya Janata Party perspective, it is imperative that Bharatiya Janata Party ensures that Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi is kept active, is kept popular. They still become the main opposition face. It is important for Bharatiya Janata Party, because till such time that Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi is the opposition face for Bharatiya Janata Party, the chances of Bharatiya Janata Party winning the way it is almost sure. Because it's a dynast face versus a face of a person who has come rank and file. I'm talking about Prime Minister Modi, who has come rank and file and has become the Prime Minister of this country. So I think more than anybody else, more than Congress and more than congressmen, it will be important it will be more prudent for Bharatiya Janata Party to ensure that, a Sonia Gandhi or a Rahul Gandhi is kept popular. There is sympathy wave that goes to him, like the ED call and ED this thing and all for Rahul Gandhi. Such things will give them sympathy, they will enjoy a certain amount of sympathy from the voters. It is good for Bharatiya Janata Party to do that. So this is what my two bits is on the current status. What you know what is happening in Maharashtra. Maharashtra, of course, still nothing formalized. It's still the Chief Minister is Eknath Shinde, Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, and we are looking forward to seeing how the cabinet will be unfolded, how the government will function, and how will this government be different to the government before. So that's what it is. Till I see you next time. Namaskar.